On the heels of 4 straight one-goal losses, Tufts arrives here with one last home game to turn everything around. One last chance for these 10 seniors to win one under the lights. One last chance to write their names into the Jumbo record books. Welcome to Bellow Field, where tonight the Jumbos play host to the UMass Boston Beacons. I'm Riley Daniel, and alongside me is Cougar Hansen. Cougar, what does tonight mean for this team and for the school community at large?
Tonight, Tufts JumboCast would like to read a message from Tufts Athletics concerning the loss of student-athlete Maddie Nickpone. Tufts University is mourning the loss of student-athlete Maddie Nickpone, who passed away unexpectedly on October 16th. From Suffolk, New York, Maddie was a junior majoring in biopsychology and a member of the Tufts women's lacrosse team. She was an active member of the Tufts community as well, which included working with the university's pre-orientation program and community service volunteerism with Green Dot and Team Impact programs. She was a true light for the Tufts campus community, who was genuinely a friend to all, said the women's lacrosse coach, Courtney Shute. Maddie made time for everyone and cared deeply for people. Her personality was larger than life and brought a constant smile to those around her. Affectionately known as Scooter, she loved to dance, which was one of her favorite ways to connect people. She regularly put herself on the line to give fun, lightness, and humor into the hearts and souls of others. She touched people deeply and had a unique and special ability to make people feel truly seen through a combination of her own vulnerability and her desire to make each person she encountered feel valued and loved, Shute said. Maddie was the beautiful daughter of Kathy and Chris Nickpone, and a loving sister to brothers Brian and Mikey. A GoFundMe page has been set up to help the family in covering funeral and medical expenses. Please consider donating.
Thank you for that statement, Scooter. Momentarily, both teams will hold a moment of silence where the Jumbos captains will lay out jerseys with Maddie Nickpone's number 2 on them at center field.
We here at JumboCast offer our sincerest condolences to the family and friends of Maddie and all those who have been affected by this terrible tragedy.
I'll see if I can get it.
Okay. Did you get it? Thank you. Do you want me to wait a second, John?
Yeah.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Bellow Field on the campus of Tufts University for tonight's non-conference women's soccer matchup between the host Tufts University Jumbos and the visiting University of Massachusetts Boston Beacons. Tonight, Tufts is mourning the loss of Maddie Nickpone, who passed away unexpectedly on October 17th. Maddie was a junior majoring in biopsychology and a member of the Jumbo women's lacrosse team. She was a true light for the Tufts campus community, who was genuinely a friend to all. Maddie made time for everyone and cared deeply for people. Her personality was larger than life and brought a constant smile to those around her. Tonight's game is being played in her memory. At this time, we ask you to please rise as we observe a moment of silence in memory of Maddie Nickpone. Thank you. Please remain standing, remove your caps, and direct your attention to the flag for the playing of our national anthem.
to
promote good
Bellow
sportsmanship by
Field.
student athletes, coaches, and
Our
spectators.
Jumbo's captains are running over to hang up their number 2 jerseys. Wow, we are getting set to announce the starting lineups momentarily. These Jumbos graduating 10 seniors this year, all of whom who are playing their last game here at Bellow Field. Cougar, you want to talk about what this group of seniors has really meant?
Absolutely. Through the past several years, especially through COVID-19, this program's really been through a lot. Of course, they didn't exactly have a season last year, so just getting to play it all for many of them has been a blessing. And I think today they're really wanting to send a message that they came here to play.
Yeah, I think tonight, you're going to see a Jumbos team that, even though they have been playing well of late, they haven't been able to put it away tonight. I don't think we're going to see that problem. I think this is a team that's going to come out with a real edge, unlike anything we've seen this year.
Absolutely. Not to discount this UMass Boston team. These Beacons are certainly a force to be threatened with. They are 10-3-2 on the season and 5-0-1 in their conference. This is definitely something where the Jumbos might struggle to win today, but it's definitely going to be close, and I'm very excited to watch.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting game. This Jumbos team, this is their last home game. They will not have a home game in the NESCAC tournament, but it's important for them to win this, to defend their turf, and to really get some momentum going into the tournament.
Absolutely. The NESCAC tournament during previous years has been definitely a point of struggle, but ultimately they've been able to do pretty well, at least from my freshman year, from what I remember. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see how they can go into their last game before the tournament.
For sure, for sure. I think you really want them to come out well. You want them to really set the tone early on, and you want them to put the ball in the back of the net, which has been a problem the last couple of days.
It has. They've had a couple of tough losses in a row. So we're going to see how well they can bounce back.
Yeah, especially this loss this weekend. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that's still a sore subject, considering how the referees kind of took that one from them. But good teams know how to bounce back from difficult games and really respond with their best.
Absolutely. Nothing hurts worse than losing to a rival, and losing to other NESCAC teams is certainly one of those losses that's going to hurt.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And I think you want this team to really step up and really just kind of from the very beginning say, this is our game. We're not getting beat tonight. That's what I would want to see. And we are underway here at Bellow, and the Beacons immediately start with it, and that is on the wing, controlled. Played back, and it'll be taken by McNeil. Pressured hard by Liz Reed. Back to the keeper. Ball up in the air. Jordan Kushner fighting for it, can't quite control it. Comes down to Kelly. Kelly long to looking for a runner. Controlled by the Jumbos.
And let's see how they recycle possession here, given their first time taking the ball. We're not necessarily seeing the highest of presses. Their defense is still maintaining at about the midway line, and their forwards are only pressing up so far.
For sure, for sure. Nice ball there. Margaret Amir looking to play it into Summers. A little too long, though, and it'll be controlled by McNeil. And then back by Anderson to Spilios. Spilios looks to get rid of it. Good flick on there from Olivier, and then she plays it into Kelly, and here come the Beacons. Jumbos force them back. Ball over the top, looking for McGettrick. McGettrick one-on-one against Jordan Kushner. Jordan Kushner gets it out for a throw.
Now, one thing you're seeing pretty early so far, some pretty decent hold-up play from the Beacons today. Up top, you are definitely going to have some stronger hold-up play as the wide midfielders today are going to run around and try and get the ball.
Out for a Jumbo's goal kick, which will be taken by Kaylin Logue.
Caitlin Logue has been roughly splitting time with teammate Bernstein for starting goalkeeper. And it's definitely interesting to see the goalie battle still arguably going on up until this point.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed early on as if Haley Bernstein had the advantage, but definitely, as of late, Caitlin Logue has been the favorite.
So you're seeing some pretty good hold-up play and possession from the Jimbos as they, commentators, curse me and lose the ball.
It's okay, Cougar. Controlled nicely by McNeil. McNeil looking to play one in, cut out nicely by Tookie Wilson. She will take space and play it wide to Margot Amir. Margot Amir runs around Bonnie on that left wing and puts a ball in looking for Summers. Summers on her right foot. Plays it off, shot, deflected away. Good idea there. And a good hit from Hannah Eisenhart. Just blocked.
Yeah, one of the things Tufts Jumbos are doing well this season is having shots on target. About 50% of their shots end up on target, which, given the rate their average pros end up on target, is a pretty high success rate.
Liz Reed to swing this one in with her left foot. In swinger towards the net. Ooh, a little too much bend on that one. That's going to go out of play.
That's unlucky. As we apologize for clock difficulties here, but there's approximately 41 minutes left in the half.
UMass is going to quickly start play up again. Controlled by Bonnie. Now Olivier tries to lay it on, gives it away.
Some attempted some simple triangle passing, as my soccer coaches might have said, but just some easy play. You can't have it be build-up play all the time.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Be interesting. What do you think? What do you expect to see from Olivia Pats tonight with her first career start?
I think she's definitely going to try and send a message. Obviously, with your first career start, there's a lot of pressure on, especially against the Jumbos team wanting to win. So you're definitely going to try and see her do pretty well in defense today.
Here is Olivia Pats shepherding that one nicely out for a Jumbos throw. She takes it. Summers looks to play it into the middle. Hits off of Stephanie D'Elia, who tries to save it. Stephanie D'Elia does a good job there, but cannot quite keep it in. That'll go out for a Beacons goal kick.
One of the other things you're going to see Pats try and do today is really make sure the ball stays out wide for the Jumbos. As you can see, even though they're in defense right now, she's still all the way on the right wing.
Here, a little bit of high press. Liz Reed forces a giveaway. Taken nicely. Maddie Perro looks to have a shot deflected into Summers. Now Liz Reed with her back to goal. Liz Reed being pressured. Eventually get it out. Lily Sykes on it. Back to goal. Now back to Kylie Metcalf, and Jumbos will reset at midfield. Kylie Metcalf nicely into, that is Margot Amir. Margot Amir gets fouled, looking to play Jordan Kushner. It'll go out for a Jumbos throw. Into Maddie Perro now. Maddie Perro fighting. Gets it, Jordan Kushner. Jordan Kushner with a nice turn. Kushner cutting onto her right foot. Into Summers. Summers lays it on, looking for Liz Reed. Can't quite keep it, and it will go out for a throw.
As you can see, they're also doing a lot of overlapping runs. So we're going to see players like Pats and Kushner running around their wide midfielders, as the wide midfielders have the choice to also go inside.
Yeah. Jordan Kushner and Liz Reed working to press the outside backs there. Nicely done by Kelly to try and get around Liz Reed, but the Jumbos take that for a throw.
And now there's some jumbo hold-up play here, so we may see a cross in.
1-2 looking for Maddie Perro. Maddie Perro cutting onto her right foot. Maddie Perro with the shot, deflected. Ball bounced up. Liz Reed with a volley across the center of the box, away. Kelly now with it.
Unlucky to not score there.
Jumbos will reset with Lily Sykes. And now all the way back to Logue.
Jumbo is not afraid to play it back to Logue today. Sometimes it's hard to trust your keeper in recycling possession because you were essentially just restarting. But they're pretty confident in possession here.
Ball pops to Liz Reed on the left wing. Liz Reed in plenty of space. Liz Reed all the way back to Tookie Wilson. And the Jumbos will reset again. Good ball nicely into Margot Amir. Pops to Lily Sykes.
And here's Pass again, keeping it wide.
Good ball down the line. That is DeLeo.
We'll look for the underlap.
DeLeo will go around the defender. Looks to put a ball in here. Stephanie Leo now looking to put a ball in. Ball across the front of the net, deflected on into the back of the net. That is a own goal for the Jumbos, and it is 1-0 early here.
What a goal. You love to see it. Everyone knows how much this means for the Jumbos right now. They're able to get a goal early on. Unlucky for Spylos. Unlucky for Spylio, so that's definitely a tough one to let in for yourself.
That's the sort of breaks the Jumbos have not been getting of late, and it's good to see them up on the front foot early.
Absolutely. Now let's see how UMass Boston is able to respond to this.
Kelly coming up on that wing and now plays it into McGettrick. McGettrick nicely into Anderson. And here comes UMass Boston. And now it is Kelly. Kelly's going to have it with the right foot, curling a ball off the chest of Elise Sykes, and only as far as Kelly. Fighting for it is Oliver. Pat's fighting for it now, and Stephanie DeLeo gets it out. And now it is controlled by Bonnie. Bonnie wide onto that left wing for Oliver.
And that would be the goal for Stephanie DeLeo, is who it's going to count for. And we have approximately 37 minutes left.
Tookie Wilson taking some space.
And one of the things you're going to see here for Boston is their ability to play out wide and play to the wings here. So they're both able to hold it up until those wide mids can run up
For sure,
and potentially cross it in. But they can also play it out wide and let them running into space.
Nicely played by Jordan Kushner down the line to Summers. Summers with a great turn. Can't get all the way around the defender, and McNeil is able to shepherd it out for a Jumbo's throw.
That was a nice little Cruyff turn there. Nice little piece of skill.
Liz Marie gets double teamed and taken down. That'll be a Jumbo's free kick. Up to take it is Kylie Metcalf.
Now, if you're the Jumbos here, you're going to try and send about as many tall bodies into the box as you can right now, which looks like what they're going to be doing. It does look to be an in-swinger, given they're taking with her right foot.
It is a wing in-swinger towards the back post, flicked on. Out by UMass. Now a long boot. Jordan Kushner gets ahead to that, and it'll pop to Tookie Wilson. Tookie Wilson nicely into DeLeo, tries to lay it off for Stephanie Patz. Can't quite control it, and UMass can look to break. Laid off nicely for Kelly.
Now here we see that counterattack. She has runners.
And now here's McGettrick. McGettrick in behind Jordan Kushner, looks to put a ball in. Stood up towards the back post. Oliver with a shot wide.
Unlucky. But that was great defending from Patz, I believe. Able to put enough pressure on her to mess up her shot.
Yeah, and good job from Kaylin Logue to not taking any chances, even though that shot was going wide, getting to that ball immediately. And now Maddie Perro controls it. Behind Lily Sykes, but Sykes is able to save it to Tookie Wilson.
And now we have one of my favorite moments in soccer, is the center back rushing up.
Cutting in onto her left is Margot Amir. Margot Amir looks to play it into Summers. Summers tried to play back to Amir. It'll pop instead to DeLeo. Wide to Margot Amir. Margot Amir turning out towards the touchline. Looks to put a ball across. Back. Maddie Perro just can't get to it. Back to Amir. Ball in. Towards the back. Liz Reed with a touch around a defender. Looks to have a volley. Blocked away. Booted out for a Jumbo's throw.
That's going to be unlucky for her there. The ball just lands at an awkward height for her. Can't take a real good touch and is unable to put the shot in.
Here it is to Summers. And now Maddie Perro. Jordan Kushner. All the way back to Metcalf.
Another good ball.
DeLeo gets around the defender. Can't get to the ball before it is cut off nicely by Anderson. Olivia Patz now.
Pat sends one into the stands, getting them involved. Now let's see if we can have a nice bit of hold-up play here from the Jumbos.
Bit of a giveaway here, and McGettrick can look to turn. Tries to play it into Kelly, but is cut out by Jordan Kushner. Jumbos will reset. Little of a dangerous ball back to Logue. She will get it out to Kushner.
Kushner does well there, jukes out her defender. And is seeing a ball out wide.
Good ball into Margot Amir.
Not sure about the no handball call there, but
Margot Amir looking wide. That is Olivia Pats getting up. She can't quite get it, but she gets onto the back of Anderson. It'll go out for a throw-in for UMass.
absolutely. Again, you see one of those overlapping plays where the right back or left back is able to go on and try and see if she can get across.
Stephanie DeLeo now. Nicely into Margot Amir. Margot Amir onto her right foot. Margot Amir, the shot saved. Good save by Spilios.
And she is able to save this one as she's able to punt it away. Spilios does save about 3/4 of her shots this season at a .78 save percentage. So it's a little surprising for her to give a ball up that easily for the goal.
Tookie Wilson with a great ball down the wing for Summers. Summers looking for a runner in the box. She has Perro coming, lays it off instead to DeLeo. Shot blocked away. Maddie Perro wide to Liz Reed. Liz Reed tries to get onto her left foot. Shot blocked. Jordan Kushner's there to keep it in. Jordan Kushner gets around McGetrick. Kushner puts a ball with her left foot, whipped across the back of the box. Cleared out as far as Kylie Metcalf. Metcalf will play it to Tookie Wilson, the Jumbo to recycle.
Absolutely. Again, you just have another chance where the Jumbos just can't take a volley down and are not able to get the
Maddie
correct
Perro
shot
to
off.
Lily Sykes. Lily Sykes is taken out from behind. Ref says play on. And here come the Beacons.
Controversial
Kelly with
no
a nice
call.
turn. Tookie Wilson now bumps her in the back. Same exact play, and the ref calls this one.
Well, I don't know. That's not getting popular with this Jumbos crowd today.
Now, I can't remember the last time a ref has been popular with the Jumbos crowd.
Absolutely. We're going to see her probably play it up here.
McNeil looking for McGetrick. Jordan Kushner gets it with the back of her head, but it pops to McGetrick. Jordan Kushner forces it out. That will be a Beacons throw, deep in the Jumbo's corner.
Absolutely. We're going to see this throw comes in now.
Good job there by Lily Sykes to win it back, and now Maddie Perro has it. Lily Sykes gets it out, and now it comes to DeLeo,
who isn't quite seeing the run she wants, so she's going to get it back here. Let's see if she opens the field.
Cut out very nicely by Anderson. And then the other 32, Tookie Wilson, sends it out for a Beacons throw.
As again, we're trying to see some hold-up play here, but unlike the Jumbos, they don't necessarily have those overlapping runners from the right and left backs. Who are
Kelly
rather
down the line, looking for Bonnie. Bonnie cuts on, tries to get around it. Ball comes in away, nicely by Metcalf. Taken down immediately by DeLeo. DeLeo looking for Summers. Summers gets nudged off it. The crowd wants a call. Anderson takes it. Now Liz Reed will pressure the keeper. That ball is given away. Summers gets a foot to it, can't quite caress it down.
unlucky. Sometimes as a forward, you're just not expecting the ball to go right to you, so it just gets past you.
For sure, for sure.
As we are seeing a pretty close game, perhaps some unexpected Jumbo's dominance here early on.
Good ball over the top. A little bit of miscommunication from the left wing there. And now a switched ball Anderson will take. Ball over the top, looking for Kelly. Kelly tries to send it deep. Can't keep it in. Jumbo's throw.
One of the things we're not necessarily seeing here is pressure or a high press on the UMass
Margot
Boston
Mir
team.
gets yanked down there, hand in the back from Pitts.
Ref calls that one.
That is true.
But anyways, what I was saying previously was we aren't necessarily seeing a high press on UMass Boston when they have the ball. But UMass Boston isn't necessarily afraid to have their forwards chase the ball and put pressure on this Jumbo's defense.
Great ball over the top there from Sykes. That ball slicked on, looking for Liz Reed. Liz Reed over the top, off the crossbar, bouncing around. Bounces around. Ball is still fighting around. And what's the call here? Jumbo say it went over the line. Ref says no.
Oh my God, I don't know
Out
how
for a
that
throw,
was a
and
goal.
now the Jumbos are going to come back. We are taking a look at the replay. It appeared as if it did go over the line, but the ref said play on.
It's just such a tough call from this angle.
Oh, a push in the back of DeLeo. The ref says play on. Now he's going to put a finger up, and I don't know what the call is going to be now. I believe he's going to call a penalty.
Is he? These ref signals are confusing me. It looks like he's just talking to the players.
Something's about to get called. He's ruled it out for a corner.
It was definitely a tough call. I'm not sure he had the best angle on it. I'm not sure any of the Jumbos are happy with what's going on right now.
Liz Reed with the in-swinger. DeLeo tries to get a head on it, gets it off. Oh, what a save there from the keeper. One-handed grab as that was going into the corner.
Yeah, that header didn't necessarily look that good, but it was getting closer and closer to the post, and luckily for UMass Boston, their keeper was able to get it.
Oh, good through ball looking for Crawford.
No offside
Crawford
call here.
tries to turn around Wilson and Kushner. That's not going to happen. Kelly, though, with a nice turn, plays in Crawford. Crawford on her right foot. Crawford across the box. Deflected by Logue, so the defender could not get a finger to it. And now it'll be out.
God, you're giving me as a Jumbos fan, giving me 2 heart attacks in the last minute with an almost goal on one end and then another chance on the other end.
Yeah, that was a great ball there from Allie Crawford looking for Grace Oliver, and Oliver just could not quite get a touch to that. Now Summers boots one. UMass will reset.
And while you're not necessarily seeing that high press, as you can see these Beacon's defenders are able to keep the ball pretty well. You are seeing a press in the middle.
Now Liz Reed can turn and run, and that's always a good sight. Liz Reed gets in behind the defense. Liz Reed on her right foot. Wide. Wow. You would not have expected that if you saw Liz Reed one-on-one on the keeper.
Liz Reed has about 3 expected goals so far. Fortunately, none of them gone in for her. Just some real unlucky chances here, going just wide a solid couple times. As we see a goal kick here for the Beacons and some subs.
Yeah, Beacon's making some subs.
As they are bringing it up here, again, you are seeing some play out wide, as is their normal plan.
And here they come down the wing with Murphy. Murphy's their leading goal scorer.
Yes, she is. Murphy has 12 goals on the season and 8 assists, which compared to Liz Reed's 9 is still technically better. But she is having a great season between those two.
That will be Pitts being replaced by Velez.
As again, we are seeing some strong play out wide from the Jumbos here today, or from Beacon here today, excuse me.
Good touch there from Lily Sykes. Tries to get the second ball, can't control. Kelly tries to play a ball that popped off a hand. Ref says incidentally. Summers will control for the Jumbos.
Now, one interesting thing you're seeing here is when the ball's held up by their strikers, you aren't necessarily seeing a sprinting from their wide players.
Great ball there from Sykes over the top, looking for Margot Muir. Margot Muir can't quite keep it in. She would have been in there.
See, Amir here would rather just take the ball at her feet and take it up that way and have her teammates run up with her than have her just play the ball into space. Unlike this Beacons team, who would rather just put the ball into space.
For sure, for sure. Beacons win it back again. Murphy trying to turn around Pats. Pats doing a great job of not letting that happen.
Absolutely. These Jumbos are playing hard today. They're playing physical. No question about that.
One in the midfield by Stephanie DeLeo. Being bumped all the way by Velez.
Maybe they heard me about.
Drops Velez. Ball pops nicely wide to Margot Amir. Margot Amir run-on-one against Anderson. Goes around Anderson. Looks to put a ball in now. Margot Amir on her right foot. Margot Amir across the front, deflects. Bouncing around. Wide, Liz Reed with a shot in between and saved between her legs by Spilios.
Unlucky again for Reed there. That's maybe the fourth dangerous chance for her as it goes right to the keepers. You can see on that replay.
Maddie Perro will take space in midfield. Cuts onto her left. Now plays the ball looking for Summers. Summers can't get there. It'll go out for a throw.
Unlike some of the other teams, they don't necessarily have a long throw specialist, so they're just going to take it short here.
Jordan Kushner now with the ball. Jordan Kushner looks to put a ball with the right foot, flicked away. Controlled by Pats. Cut out nicely by Kylie Metcalf. But it pops to Murphy. Now a ball at the top, looking for Haynes. Haynes, Jordan Kushner shepherding it. Haynes on her back. Kushner gets it out wide. Liz Reed's able to save it, but can't keep it on the second bounce. It'll go out for a throw.
Again, we see another ball into space there. Luckily for the Jumbos, Kushner was there, who was able to shepherd it out. But that was almost very dangerous.
Bit of chaos going on right now as play had stopped momentarily for a second moment of silence. And now UMass is going to try and make a sub.
As I'm not quite sure if the ref knew that the ball was going on, or the game was going on behind him, but eventually he gets hold.
I'm pretty sure the only people who knew what were going on were the 22 players.
Explain that it was at the field hook.
And the moment of silence was at the field hockey game.
Take away the outside, Kaylee!
Out by Metcalf. Second ball out by Tookie Wilson. Pops wide. And now the Jumbos can press. Margot Amir on the back of Murphy.
See, that's what happens when they put that press on. They're able to potentially disrupt these Beacons' attack.
Nice turn, though, by Murphy. DeLeo back. Murphy running against DeLeo. Pats with a great touch there to win it to DeLeo. Cut out, though. Now Velez. Velez plays it back to Murphy. Murphy looks to put a ball in. Haynes touches it down. Crawford. In towards Haynes. Haynes with a good touch. Jordan Kushner's there. Jordan Kushner strong to win that ball, but gives it away to Kelly. Kelly cutting in between Kushner and Liz Reed. Away nicely. That was Kylie Metcalf with a big play there.
Metcalf coming in huge there for her team, able to play it out and prevent a goal.
It will be a corner.
Now, it does look like the Jumbos have a height advantage on this play, but you never know.
Yeah, but it looks as if the Beacons are sending up. It looks like Golt and Crawford or Anderson are coming up to give a little more height for them.
Jumbos with players on both posts here.
Ball whipped in towards the back post. Header on. Bouncing around. Second ball put in by Crawford. Low. Out for another corner.
Again, you see every Tufts Jumbos player here back to at least the 18.
Outswinger, low ball, flicked around. Pops towards the top of the box where Anderson will take it. Anderson cannot get past Summers, and here come the Jumbos. Margot Amir now. Margot Amir drops Murphy, and now she can go.
She has space. Let's see if she takes it.
Margot Amir's going to cut back, wait for some help. Lay it off nicely to Liz Reed. Liz Reed has lots of space. Liz Reed with a shot from distance, dipping, and a nice save there from Spilios. Liz Reed had a good effort there from 40 yards.
Absolutely. Considering it's a 40-yard shot, you wouldn't exactly expect it to go in, but it did have some spin on it that might be hard to see on camera.
Here is Liz Reed again on the left wing. Sykes is pushing the back. Ref says play on.
I'm not quite sure what that no call was there. It seemed like a pretty clear push in the back, but
It's the 4th or 5th unclear no call from the ref going both ways. And here's Crawford on it for UMass. Into Kelly. Crawford gets around Jordan Kushner and Sykes. Plays a ball looking through for the runner. That's Haynes. Haynes on Logue. Logue with a great save. What a save by Logue.
second real time she's being tested here and does well. I mean, if she's beat there, it's going in.
Oh yeah, one-on-one on the keeper, no chance.
But here the Jumbos are able to take it with the ball in midfield.
And here come the Jumbos, wide with Margot Amir. She has all day over there.
Amir almost reminds me of Cristiano Ronaldo, you know, being a threat on
Here
both
she
the
is to
outside.
put a ball in. Cuts back onto her left, lays it off nicely for Summers. Summers on the edge of the box. Summers cutting onto her left foot, puts a ball across, deflected, bouncing around. Perro can't control it. Keeper gets it off of Perro and then picks it up. Ball bouncing around in the 18, and the Jumbos just cannot get a foot to it.
Unlucky there. I thought there was danger for a second when the keeper couldn't hold on to it, but she gets it. And again, we can see that the Beacons are, again, playing down the side into space.
Velez to Kelly.
A nice scissor.
Kelly lays it off, tries to get it back, but Tookie Wilson cuts that one out to Margot Amir. Margot Amir into Summers. Summers opens up. That ball is behind DeLeo, but it comes to Kylie Metcalf. Now into DeLeo.
Some nice passing play here. Again, I'm not sure the Jumbo's passing ability is really rated like it should be. They are definitely a potential passing team who are able to take it from the back and build it up.
Good turn there from them, but is cut out. Now it comes to Anderson. And now down the wing for UMass. That was a good ball looking for Morgan Palma, but she could not control it.
Into the game for the Jumbos, number 7, Mel McDevitt.
Mel McDevitt coming in, number 7, and coming off will be
Summers. Summers has played really well so far today. Here is McDevitt on the ball for the first time. She plays it out of bounds. A little bit of
first touch.
miscommunication.
Absolutely. Summers had a pretty good first half so far.
Tookie Wilson with it now. Plays it back, a little bit of a misplay to Metcalf. Metcalf just gets it wide to Olivia Patz. Olivia Patz with the ball. Switches it nicely to Maddie Perro. Maddie Perro will play it back to Logue, and the Jumbos will reset. Nicely to Wilson, and then Metcalf.
Metcalf bringing it up here.
Good ball over the top from Tookie Wilson. Seemed to have hit off the hand of Anderson, but the ref says play on. And now that'll be controlled nicely by Palma. Jumbos with a questionable call. The crowd making their displeasure very much known.
I don't know. That seemed like a shove to me.
I thought so too, but they had a better view than we did.
I suppose they did. Now, let's see if we can have some of the hold-up play that I talked about earlier after this free kick.
Ball taken in. Cut out nicely by Stephanie DeLeo. Bounced over the head of Liz Reed. In to Haynes. Out by Jordan Kushner.
Kushner's done pretty well so far, both on the ball, bringing the ball up, as well as on defense today.
Yeah, she's a true freshman who's really become a relied-upon starter on this team the last couple of weeks. Good turn there, but Kushner is there to get rid of it. McDevitt with a good stop. Can't quite keep it in. It'll pop to Velez. Out by Lily Sykes. Sykes again with it. Taken by Liz Reed. Liz Reed doubled. Kushner's able to win it back to Liz Reed. And now nicely into McDevitt. Laid off for Maddie Perro.
Has Liz Reed.
Maddie Perro to McDevitt. McDevitt to Liz Reed. Liz Reed now. Wide to Maddie Perro. Maddie Perro looking to put a ball across. Low ball, not enough on it. Good run, though, there from Margot Amir. Just could not get it all the way across.
I don't know how that came from.
And again, we do have some nice build-up play from the Beacons here. Not necessarily as well as the Jumbos are doing, especially because of this jumbo press that's going on right now.
And now they press. Jordan Kushner wins it back to Maddie Perro. Given away. That one is just booted as the Beacons are unable to sustain any possession right now. Sykes with a booted ball looking for Margot Amir. Margot Amir can't get it, but she is able to win it out for a Jumbos throw.
As we have some substitutions here for both the Jumbos and the Beacons.
That'll be Lily Kiterling, Casey Lamb, and Talia Greenberg coming on, replacing Perro, DeLeo, and Lily Sykes.
And for the Beacons, number 5, Sarah Gavin. And number 7, Issa Andrade.
I assume you've read
Jumbos have it down that wing. Margot Amir still. Margot Amir whips a ball in. No one making a front post run is easily picked up by Spilios.
Spilios, despite her mistake earlier on that goal, which to be fair was potentially a tough cross to hold onto, but she's definitely coming in and reclaiming that box. Not afraid to come out and take a ball.
Talia Greenberg misses it, but is controlled nicely by Kiterling. Kiterling and Metcalf fighting for each other for the ball, even though they're on the same team there. And they give it away to Mary Jo Murphy, who now looks to send it wide for Haynes. Haynes will turn. Jordan Kushner fights against her. Jordan Kushner uses the back of her head to turn around Haynes. Haynes and Kushner really fighting down that right wing. What do you think about that, Scooter? Is that going to be a matchup to watch going forward?
Absolutely it will. Obviously, you have the first year playing up against some real college competition here, but she's been holding her own. I'm not sure if I can really say it's a surprise given how well she's been doing earlier this season, but definitely a matchup to watch here.
Here is Margot Amir again. And now to Melina McDevitt. McDevitt back to Talia Greenberg. Greenberg lays it off nicely for Olivia Pats, getting all the way up. Olivia Pats with the ball, a little too much on that. It's a little bit of a first start jitters on that cross.
Unlucky for Pats there. She's been doing pretty well. They've been giving her some leeway to go and run and take crosses in. Same on this left side too, but that's something the Jumbos have done pretty well, is allowing some of their defenders to go up and take crosses.
That ball slips under the feet of Tookie Wilson, and now Kelly's going to chase. Wilson plays it back to Kaylin Logue, who misplays it out for a Beacons throw.
That's a rare mistake there from the Jumbos defense there.
Especially from Tookie Wilson. She hasn't put a foot wrong all year.
Yeah, she's been definitely a great player so far this season.
Throw to be taken on the left wing. Looks in for Kelly. Cut out nicely by Tookie Wilson. With the defender all over her back. Gets around 2 more defenders. And now the ref blows the play dead when they had advantage.
I mean, being a ref is difficult, and deciding when or when not to play advantage is obviously a sensitive matter.
That being said, that was the wrong time to play advantage and not play advantage.
But Tufts gets the opportunity to recycle some possession and get their players up.
Yeah, and here it is, Margot Amir once again dropping Murphy with a great turn move on there. Tries to play it into McDevitt, can't quite hook up with that pass. And it looks as if Kelly was offsides coming back for that ball. Jumbos will have a free kick.
Yeah, she must have been offside with about a half yard remaining. It looked to me like she was in her own half, but.
Tookie Wilson over the top, looking for Liz Reed. Ball bounces around. Jordan Kushner fighting for it, but fouls Haynes in the process. The Tufts bench not happy with that call. I agree. There was no contact there.
I mean, it just looks like the ref today is more likely to call some of these calls that may have a little bit of physicality to them, at least when they are by the Jumbos.
Tolly Greenberg up for that ball. Beanstalk loses that one to Haynes. Wins the next one, though. Falls on the ground. It pops to Haynes. Ball goes wide to Crawford. Crawford has runners inside. Will cut it on, play it, looking for a runner. That was Kelly. Kushner gets that one up. That ball bounces, takes a hard bounce. Metcalf just gets it out. Casey Lamb bowls through a defender to get that one further out. And now it comes to Liz Reed. Liz Reed can turn and run.
She's being
She
given
will
space
run.
here.
Liz Reed will run. Jumbos have numbers. Plays it wide to her right. That's Kiterling. Kiterling with a shot. That dips. Kiterling with a shot just wide. Great hit there. That had a lot of spin and looked like it was going for that corner. Just tailed a little too much.
I don't know why the Beacons are giving Liz Reed and the rest of these Jumbos space in midfield. They're taking shots and they're taking advantage of it. Just because you stand in front of the 18-yard box doesn't mean that they won't take a shot from outside of it. Even these shots that are coming from 30, 40 yards out are still competitive. And again, we see them playing from the back here, trying to hold it up. But this Jumbo's defense is playing hard and won't let them get in.
Pressing high again, and Jordan Kushner wins it back to Liz Reed. Liz Reed tries to go out around the defender, can't quite do it.
Again, Liz Reed with some tricky feet here today. You can see why she's the tough leading scorer. Hasn't scored yet today, but I wouldn't doubt it if she scores again.
Casey Lamb pressing high. Now Liz Reed will come press. Liz Reed just takes it.
And again, she's going to try and see if she has a cross or anyone. Doesn't
No
see
one
the
on,
overlap.
has to play it back. Kiterling again with space. Now into McDevitt. To Kiterling. Kiterling fakes a shot. Now plays a nice ball. McDevitt with a good turn. McDevitt forces it, and the defender with her back to goal, all can do is just get rid of it.
And we have some subs here right now.
Yeah, Maddie Silvera and Erin Duncan replacing Liz Reed and Margot Amir.
Reed with a great first half here with 7.5 minutes left remaining.
Ooh, Silvera immediately gets knocked down. Crowd wants to call, nothing coming. Nicely cut out there, and now Jordan Kushner on it. Jordan Kushner drops the defender with a great dribble move.
See, again, they're just giving her space instead of trying to close her down. No wonder they're able to put
Jordan
this.
Kushner whips the ball in. McDevitt can't control it. Pops to Erin Duncan at the top of the box. Still fighting for it. Olivia Pats is going to get to the end of that one.
Again, we're going to see if Pats can try and do the same
That's a
thing.
great ball. Flicked in. Header. Bouncing around. It'll go out. And apparently that's a goal kick. Great ball in from Olivia Pats. Jumbos just couldn't get a clean header on that one.
Unlucky. We're seeing some great crosses here today. Some of them are due to Jumbo's missing shots. Some of them are just due from some great defensive play from the Beacons, able to prevent more goals.
Ball wide to Kelly. Kelly gives it away. Nice step there from Kylie Metcalf. And now McDevitt can go chase. Jumbos win a throw as Kelly just says, I'm going to boot this out of play. Jordan Kushner with a shot from distance. That ball bounces weird, almost popped to Casey Lamb, but the keeper's out to collect.
It was looking good for a second there. But this keeper, again, isn't necessarily afraid to battle with some of these Jumbos in the box to get the ball.
Kiterling with a nice fight wins the ball in midfield. Now Casey Lamb's on it. Casey Lamb can go. Now it's Silvera. Silvera on her left foot.
Brings it to her right.
Silvera plays it to Casey Lamb. Casey Lamb with a back heel looking for a runner. That was a little too fancy.
Yeah, but could you imagine if that went in?
I can imagine what the crowd would do.
The crowd, the commentators, everyone here would have gone wild, but unlucky not to have it.
That ball bounces in midfield. No one's to it. Now Kylie Metcalf goes up, wins the second bounce. And now Kiterling will control.
Kiterling, again, see, even when they try and close her down, these Jumbos are just not able to be taken down in midfield.
Great turn there Now a ball in from Pats over the head of Lamb. Bounces nicely to Maddie Silvera. Now Silvera tries to play one through, and it pops out to Kelly.
Recycling possession. Ball straight to the Jumbo's defender.
Yeah, I think it's always a good sign when their center striker is back in their own box collecting possession.
Absolutely. I mean, you have seen that work for some professional players.
Ball whipped in, bouncing around. Greenberg's there, bouncing around again, and they cannot quite get to it. Greenberg went with a chest, almost got kicked in the face. Seems as if the ref's going to give a word of caution to Kylie McNeil about high boots, but it's going to let play continue.
Absolutely. As you can see on this replay here, really get into it. I'm surprised it wasn't a yellow card, but I guess since it was accidental, they're not going to give it.
Into Silvera. Bit of a loose touch. Wins the second ball, though. Talia Greenberg with a great turn.
And again, they're giving her space.
Greenberg onto her left foot, plays the ball through. Can Silvera get there? Cannot keep it in. Another great idea, just a little too much on that.
And again, what you're seeing here is how the Beacon's defensive choices leads to consequences. So you're going to see them park their defenders on their 18-yard box with a low block, not letting them get through. But because their central midfielders are not coming back to try and play against them, or play against the Jumbo's midfielders, they're able to play those through balls and let them into space that they're leaving open.
It'll be a throw-in to be taken by Murphy. 3 minutes to go in the first half. Jumbo's going to throw now.
As you can see, those Jumbo's midfielders going up into that space.
Fighting for it along that wing, and now it pops free. Lamb looking to put a ball in, a little too much on that one. That one is caught by the keeper. No one made a front post run there. Someone's got to do that, prevent the keeper from seeing that cleanly.
Absolutely. But maybe with what they saw in the first goal, you might just try and put the ball in net, see what happens.
It's a good point there, Cougar. Kelly on it for the Beacons. Carterling making her life miserable, and now Aaron Duncan will press Murphy. Good ball there looking for Crawford. Crawford tries to flick it on for Haynes. Can't get it there.
Just a little too much on that one. But if you have Haynes in space there, she's looking dangerous today.
Yeah, she and Kelly have really been the only ones to look dangerous.
For the Beacons, that is.
Yeah. For the Jumbos, it's pretty much been everyone on the score sheet. Silvera now with it. Plays a beautiful ball into Lily Kiterling. And now that ball is back to Silvera, and here come the Jumbos. Silvera taken out behind the play. Ref says play on. Silvera's to it. Gets almost pushed again. Spins around the defender and gets to the ball. Ball whipped across the box. Just cut out before it got to Casey Lamb.
Unlucky there. Not get a touch on it.
A high boot there from Crawford. Kiterling wanted a foul call. Kylie Metcalf back. Gets rid of it nicely to Jordan Kushner. And the Jumbos can look to attack again. Kushner with Haynes wide. Gets it to Silvera. Back to Kushner. Cuts in, plays the ball, looking for Kiterling, cut out. Aaron Duncan with good press and is one back, and now Pats is taken out.
Pat's slow to get up here.
As I'm sure you can pick up, the Jumbo's bench is incredulous at how that was not called.
I mean, I don't blame him. That was a tough one after the ball's played.
Jumbos win, or they do not win. It'll instead be a Beacons throw deep in their own territory.
Less than a minute left remaining. You're probably going to expect them to just try and hold the ball up and not let in a goal.
Yeah, but I don't think this Jumbo team's going to let them do that.
No, they are not. Now, not to say that these Beacons have been bad today. It's just these Jumbos have looked great, both on attack and defense.
For sure. Tookie Wilson now coming all the way up to the 30-yard line and gives it away. Kelly now. That's not good. Jumbos have a defender out of position. Great job there by Kite-Wing to force her to turn back, allow Tookie Wilson time to get back defensively. That goes over the head of Metcalf. Crawford flicks it on. Jumbos are the only ones back. That'll be played back to Kaylin Logue, and that'll be the first half here at Bello Field. Halftime score, Jumbos 1, Beacon 0. Cougar, your thoughts on the first half?
I think the Jumbos had a great first half. They came out strong, perhaps got a little lucky on that first goal, but they've been just putting in chance after chance, letting it go in the net. For the Jumbos next half, you're looking to keep that energy, try and keep on dominating. And for the Beacon, you're going to try and get some of your energy back. You know, they haven't played bad. They just need 1 or 2 chances to go their way to tie this game up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a definite great first half.
Right now, we do have a read for Team Impact that we would like to present to you, but first, a video.
We've learned a lot from him, and we've probably learned more from him than he's learned from us.
I think they're a real important part in my life. I can't describe it. It feels amazing.
Team Impact is a national nonprofit that connects kids living with serious and chronic illness with college athletic teams, forming lifelong bonds and life-changing outcomes.
Break it! Break it! Can I have a hug? What's your favorite subject?
Math.
When you spread the word about Team Impact, you have the power to change lives.
Team Impact was founded in 2011 by Tufts alumni Jay Kalnin, Dan Kraft, Chris Herman, Dan Walsh, and Robert Tishman. Today, Tufts currently has 8 varsity athletic teams matched with incredible young teammates that inspire all of us, including Emily, who is here on senior night with the women's soccer team, Caden with men's ice hockey, Luke with men's basketball, Cooper with baseball, Aiden with the men's soccer team, Sam with football, RG with swimming and diving, and Bella with women's volleyball. Since 2011, there have been 14 different Tufts athletic teams matched with 20 amazing kids through Team Impact. Interestingly, a former match for the football team, Zach Cummings, is actually a student at Tufts now. Zach, from Lynn, Mass., is currently in his first year at Tufts and is now the manager for the Tufts Jumbos football team this fall. There are also 4 Team Impact fellows on campus at Tufts this year, including Angela Alabrandi, a graduate student on the women's basketball team, Trevor Spence, a senior on the men's ice hockey team, and Stephen Michaels and Shane Rayner, both sophomores on the Tufts football team. The Tufts Athletic Department recently signed an official partnership with Team Impact, indicating both organizations' commitment to the establishment and nurturing of a long-lasting relationship. With that great message, we will now take a short halftime break. We will be back with the second half shortly. Welcome back to Bellow Field. Tufts about to kick off to start the second half of their final home game of the season.
Absolutely. We've had a great half of soccer here so far. Jumbo's doing pretty well with a score of 1-0. But these next 45 minutes will tell everyone what's going on.
And here we go. Lily Sykes to Tookie Wilson now. Sykes, wide to Olivia Patz. Into DeLeo, taken off of her, and now here's Murphy. Murphy into space for Crawford. Crawford looks to attack, but is taken off her, and now Kylie Metcalf plays it wide to Jordan Kushner. To Liz Reed, back to Kushner.
Kushner, the first year, having a good first half, so we're going to see if she can hold her line and not let up anything on her side of the field.
Casey Lamb, and now DeLeo. DeLeo will lay one nicely for Margot Amir, and Margot Amir can turn and run at Bonnie. Margot Amir cuts to the outside onto her right foot. Margot Amir puts a ball in. Caught easily there by Spilios. There's just no runners there.
Now, generally, when you're defending that, you're going to try and force the defender probably to either their weak foot or the outside. She isn't necessarily showing either there, but she does go outside, but doesn't necessarily have the pace to try and block it.
Yeah. Good idea there for Margot Amir. But I just could not get it all the way to a runner.
Yeah, Amir having a pretty decent first half, definitely putting some dangerous balls into the box.
Jumbo's pressing high. Kylie Metcalf first to that ball in the middle of the field, but it comes to Crawford. Crawford into, back to her now. Looking for Murphy, cut out, and it comes to Crawford. Kelly, and now Olivia Pat steps. Summers gets to it. Lily Sykes now. Margot Amir with a nice ball to Lily Sykes.
Great movement there.
Lily Sykes behind it nicely into DeLeo. DeLeo quite get it all the way around Golt. Casey Lamb on it. Now Sykes. Sykes with a hit. Sykes from distance. That had some knuckle, but caught by Spilios.
Yeah, one of the things I never really mastered in my few years of playing soccer was putting spin on the ball when you're shooting. And just putting those knuckles that are really tough for the keeper. Obviously, it can't all be like the 2010 World Cup, as we see a Beacons player go down hard here.
Beacons, yeah, as you said, have a player down. It looks as if that is Crawford. She seems to be walking it off. Seems to be okay. That's good to see.
Yeah, we're going to see if that affects her. It looks like they might call for a sub in a couple minutes if that keeps going.
Anderson will take the free kick for the Beacons. That ball pops up. Tookie Wilson's first on it. Gets it all the way down. Anderson's going to have to go all the way back and play it back to the keeper. And now Summers will turn and chase. That is poorly played out by the keeper, and that'll be a Jumbo's throw.
And the ball there going into the Medford-Somerville area on that one. As again, we're going to see some nice play on the wing here for the Jumbos as they're inching the ball up inch by inch.
Yeah, into Margot Amir now. Margot Amir overlapping ball to Pats, who gets taken out. And it's going to be a free kick for the Jumbos right on the end line.
Now, we did do some complaining about these refs here in the first half. Maybe a little too harsh at some points. But there you can see a pretty clear push against the Jumbo's player.
Lily Sykes will be here standing over it with an outswinger. Jumbo's going to put 6 in the box.
And again, the Jumbos do have this height advantage, so we're going to see how well they're going to be able to put it in.
Sykes' ball stood up towards the back post. Runner pops, can't quite get to it. Jordan Kushner's onto it. Second ball over the top. Ball pops to Liz Reed, laid off by Lamb. Lamb shot wide. Great idea there. Liz Reed with a nice chest down to Casey Lamb, who just couldn't get it on target.
Now, again, for Lamb there, she's going to do very well to not stay offside. Obviously, when the ball gets kicked forward, you're going to have your defensive line run up, try and catch those players offside for that second ball that came in. But since they didn't necessarily rush up as fast as they arguably should have, then Liz Reed was able to trap the ball and pass it enough for a shot that just goes wide.
Good play by McGettrick. Jordan Kushner now on it for the Jumbos. Plays it back to Tookie Wilson. And now Olivia Pats with it. DeLeo with a nice turn opens it up for Summers. Summers can't get to that ball, though. Good idea. McGettrick tries to turn around Jordan Kushner. Kushner having none of it. And now Liz Reed on the ball. Liz Reed cutting in. Liz Reed still with space to run. Puts the ball through. Casey Lamb with a poor touch there. She was in too much on that touch, and the keeper's off her line to get it.
A better touch, and she's in, and she knows it.
What a ball there from Liz Reed.
Again, they just keep giving Liz Reed space. I don't know why they keep giving her space. These defenders, if they want to stop her, need to either step up or have her midfielders track back a little more.
And here is Liz Reed on the ball on the left wing. Liz Reed getting to the byline. Liz Reed cutting in, forced out for a corner kick.
And well done there by Reed. Unlucky not to get the ball in, but they do get a corner out of it. And given the height advantage and arguable strength advantage that some of these Jumbos have over the Beacons, that we could see something dangerous here.
7 in the box for Margot Meersing Swinger. Standing over it. Looks like a back post ball. That ball's hit low and hard, deflected away, out for another corner.
And again, one of the things we've been seeing is the lack of front post run. Perhaps these Jumbos are expecting something a little harder coming into the box. But we're going to see if something can end up on the back post instead.
That one is towards the back post. That's in on the keeper. That punched away nicely by the keeper there. Lily Sykes is first to it. Lily Sykes gets towards the byline and out for another Jumbo's corner. Greatly done there by Lily Sykes.
And again, we're probably going to see a little...
Quickly taken by the Jumbos. Olivia Pats now. Olivia Pats, ball across the box. Bouncing around, shot, score! What a goal! That is in the back of the net. I couldn't see who got that one, but a great quick corner for the Jumbos. Pats with a perfect ball, and it's 2-0.
Absolutely. You're going to see it taken quickly like that one Liverpool clip everyone knows. You're going to see it's played in there and missed by the Beacons and put into the back of the net. No chance for the keeper here.
Great finish. That one, I believe, was Stephanie DeLeo again.
For her second goal today.
And the Jumbos are up 2-0 here.
Riley, name me a better partnership. Stephanie DeLeo getting 2 goals early in half.
I don't know, man. You put me on a spot. Jumbos will reset. Back of their own net. Kaylin Logue with it.
Jumbo goals scored by number 18, Stephanie DeLeo, assisted by number 6, Olivia Pats.
And
Here's
again,
Jordan Kushner.
You get that assist by Olivia Pats, who is having her first start today.
Casey Lamb to Sykes. Now wide to Liz Reed. Liz Reed drops between 2 defenders, gets around another. Couldn't get around a third, though.
See, again, on this wing, sometimes it's not even that the Jumbos or that the Beacons are failing to press from their midfield. It's more that Liz Reed is just able to get past her.
Pass gets shoved in the back by Murphy, who was pressing hard. Jumbos will take the free kick.
That's got to hurt.
Yeah, well, she definitely is going to be able to say she earned her keep tonight after an assist and earning several free kicks for this Jumbos team.
Absolutely, as this ball's played up here.
Ball pops to Liz Reed. Liz Reed knocks it down, plays it back to Kylie Metcalf. Dribbles into Casey Lamb. Casey Lamb lays it off for Jordan Kushner, who can turn and run. Jordan Kushner gets to the byline. Jordan Kushner, left-footed cross, out for a corner.
Something you're seeing here is some of the speed from the wing backs for the Jumbos here. Both Pats and Kushner able to get around their defenders and play dangerous balls in. And here, the Beacons have everyone back despite their 2-0 lead. Or everyone except for one attacker. My apologies.
I think that speaks to the danger that Margot Amir possesses here as she whips one in towards the post. Ball bouncing around off the head of Summers towards DeLeo, looking for the hat trick. Bounces around again in the box. Liz Reed knocks it down. Liz Reed on her left foot puts a ball across. Away. Pops out to Margot Amir. Margot Amir puts one back. Only as far as McGettrick. McGettrick will just boot that one. Jordan Kushner will take it under control. Play Tookie Wilson. The Jumbos will reset.
And here they are, again, getting a chance to reset possession. It's given away dangerously in midfield, but leads to nothing.
Kylie Metcalf resets, switches it wide to Olivia Patz.
And look at how well they're using this space here. The Jumbos are spread all across the field.
Great ball into Margot Amir. Couldn't quietly get around Velez.
And the Beacons just are not able to press them.
Kelly with a nice turn, and now the Beacons can look to counter. Stephanie DeLeo, though, gets all the way back, takes it off of 2 Beacons, back to Tookie Wilson.
Ooh, that has to hurt.
That is just a late challenge from 13. That's Mary Jo Murphy, who's getting her last warning from the referee. She does that again, she'll see a card for that.
Yeah, that was definitely a hard challenge, to put it that way. Certainly feeling it.
Pass to take the free kick. Great ball. Over the top. Summers going to look to run in. Summers, oh, good ball from Pat. Summers just couldn't get there ahead of Spilios.
And that's great from the defenders there to run interference to try and prevent Summers from getting there.
DeLeo wins the ball, but gives it away to Velez. Velez nicely to Kelly. Ball fought for in the midfield, bouncing around. A weird bounce over the head of both Bobby and Margot Amir. And now it'll be given away in midfield. Casey Lamb on it. Casey Lamb running. Casey Lamb tries to get between 2 defenders, can't. Ball is played back to the keeper, and the Beacons will reset. That ball is hung up. Lily Sykes on it. Loose touch there from Velez. Pass into Kelly, now back. Velez has it. Nice little combination play.
Here they're going to try and press their numbers.
And now Murphy has it. And now it's into Crawford. Crawford looking for Murphy. Murphy down the line. Crawford against Wilson. Now into Crawford. Crawford with a shot. Left-footed shot just wide.
Unlucky there. Some great build-up play to try and put it into the box. Just can't quite get there and just goes wide. Unfortunate.
Murphy and Crawford there with a great combination play. Best chance of the night by far for UMass.
That's scaring the jumbo keeper.
Yeah, that one beat Caitlin Logue.
And again, we're having some potential handballs here. Controversial no call there, according to the fans.
Ball over the head. Summers will turn and run. That one popped out of play by the keeper.
Well, I mean, I guess men's soccer is presumably going to host, so we're just going to have to be out here in the cold.
And let's see if they can switch the field here.
Liz Reed with a good through ball. That is Margot Amir trying to get onto the end of that. Good save, but it'll come rolling into the keeper who will pick it up.
Unlucky there. She didn't quite have the advantage of that ball being played particularly well. Just unable to put anything in there.
Yeah, great idea. Just not enough power and no runners in the box. Keeper's going to boot this one. A lot of side spin. Great header from DeLeo. Taken down by Summers. Wide to Liz Reed. And they're going to once again back off of Liz Reed and let her have space. Liz Reed lays it off for Casey Lamb. Casey Lamb with a shot. Casey Lamb with a banger. It's 3-0. What a goal from Casey Lamb. And the Jumbos are running riot here.
You just can't let these Jumbos have space at the top of the box. They're just going to shoot, and this time they score with Casey Lamb shooting an absolute banger into the net.
What a ball from Liz Reed. They keep giving her space. Whoever did their scouting reports messed up massively. It's 3-0 Jumbos, and it is turning into a rout.
And as you just saw in that replay, again, they just do not press. Once their midfield gets beat for the Beacons, they just don't let them, or their defenders just don't close the Tufts Jumbos down, excuse me.
And they give it away again. And here's Summers. Sykes with it. Wide to Olivia Patz, and the Jumbos are looking for a fourth. That's wide to Margot Amir. Margot Amir's going to turn and try and run. Margot Amir can't quite get to it, and that'll go out for a goal kick.
Again, you're seeing some of this wide play from the Jumbos here. While I mentioned that they didn't necessarily play it into space as much before, they're definitely starting this second half doing more of that, and it's really working out for them.
Great over the top ball. Murphy's going to try and run onto that, and she can. Jumbo's caught out a little bit exposed. Ball down the line. Tookie Wilson's there, getting it in ahead of Crawford. And Crawford's going to give a little bit of extracurriculars to Tookie Wilson, and that'll be a foul.
Wilson, though, has played so strong in the second half. You could tell she's a real leader on the team, just with how she's willing to put her body on the line, try and get the ball.
For sure, for sure. Great ball there into Summers. Nicely played to DeLeo. And now over the top, looking for Margot Amir. Just not enough spin on that. Good idea from Stephanie DeLeo.
Now, Amir is someone who I'd say is better with the ball at her feet rather than in space.
Stephanie DeLeo immediately atones for it, winning the ball back, and then going through two defenders, one of whom tripped her up. The Jumbo's bench is kind of incredulous that that was not a call. Stephanie DeLeo asking for an explanation. One's not coming.
Yeah, unlucky there for DeLeo.
But here comes the high press again. Summers is doing a great job of pressing, and Margot Amir is able to get a foot to that. DeLeo fighting for it in midfield, wins it nicely.
And
back to Sykes.
And that was DeLeo's 4th goal on the season.
And now Margot Amir does have it in space on that wing. Good ball across the box. Controlled, laid off for Sykes. Sykes with a left foot. That one goes wide.
Unlucky. Sometimes with the volley, you just hit it great, and it goes in. Sometimes it doesn't.
Haynes is coming back in for the Beacons. She was their most dangerous player in the first half, huh, Cougar?
Absolutely. It looks like here she is going up top once again, just in that space where she's not quite a striker, but perhaps a more attacking wing, where she's really able to just get in space and run with the ball and cause havoc.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. The two big girls up top in Summers and Liz Reed have just pressed into oblivion. As here's Liz Reed on the ball again. And now Lily Sykes. Lily Sykes gets taken down. That'll be a free kick and a dangerous spot for the Jumbos.
Jumbo's fans getting excited here. They know what could be coming here. The ball is, what, 30 yards out, I'd say?
Perfect spot. Lily Sykes standing over it, though. I want DeLeo to take it. I want the hat trick.
Absolutely. She's going to be looking dangerous here on this. But you might also see a cross based on the what you're seeing on the right side of your screen.
Sykes with a hit. Sykes shot! Off the crossbar, off the keeper, out for a corner. That beat the keeper, hit the post, hit off the back of the keeper's head, and somehow stayed out.
That was unlucky not to head back in. As you see on the replay, she's really going to set this one up, and it just hits the crossbar, or the post rather, hits the keeper's back, and goes out.
In swinger from Liz Reed, a little too much on that. Headed back across the back, and then DeLeo got a head to it. Summers gets a head to it, but offsides. DeLeo almost had the hat trick there.
Was that offsides, or did she just come down on a Beacons player there a little too hard?
Unsure, but either way, it'll be Beacons free kick.
Unlucky there not to get a goal there. But the header to bring the ball back into the box for a second chance, absolutely well done there from the Jumbos.
Yeah, and they're not letting up, continuing to press. Here's Jordan Kushner stepping to a ball. Kushner once again fighting with Haynes. Haynes wins this battle, out for a throw.
Haynes, again, causing some chaos here on the field. Definitely what your ideal substitution is going to do is try and have more energy, prey on those tired legs of this Jumbo's defense, and that's exactly what she's doing.
For sure, for sure. And here is the Deacons, and it's taken. Casey Lamb gets it again, and now gets it back. Nice 1-2 play with Liz Reed. Here they go. Casey Lamb with runners in the box, tries to put a ball bouncing around, goes to the keeper. She was trying to play Summers through, but could not get it directly there.
Unlucky there not to find her runner. I thought it was looking very dangerous, but just unfortunate to not get that ball in.
A little bit of miscommunication there, and it'll pop to the Beacons. Murphy tries to play it into Crawford. Tookie Wilson wins that one. Second ball, Olivia Pat's going to let run out for a Jumbo's throw.
Absolutely. Pat's doing a very good job defensively. We've talked about her offensive talents, but she's certainly been doing well.
Given away, though, but one back. Stephanie DeLeo everywhere right now. And now a great over-the-head ball. Summers going to get onto that. Summers trying to get past two, can't. It'll go wide, out for a Jumbo's throw.
Yeah, Summers did have that defender in the way. Can't quite get the shot on that she wanted, but it's still Jumbo's ball.
Jumbo's going to make some subs in a second. It'll be Maddie Silvera and Abby Adler to replace Liz Reed and Margot Amir, who might be done for tonight. And if that's it, that would be Liz Reed's last time on the field here at Bello.
Absolutely. And they have had a heck of a game so far. Both of them coming in from the wings, coming in, having some dangerous attacks, and unlucky not to find the back of the net for them.
Corner to be taken. Outswinger towards the back post. Header there. Oh, into the side netting. Good header there for Summers. Just couldn't get it on target.
And coming on for the Tufts Jumbos now, number 13, Sophia Wallach.
She'll replace Summers as the entire front line's getting revamped here for the Jumbos. And Wallach immediately out to go press Crawford.
Absolutely. You don't want to necessarily give the Beacons an easy time at the back here, just like the Jumbos aren't getting an easy time at their back.
Tookie Wilson thought it was deflected, but ref says it was clean, so it'll go out, and it'll be Bonnie to make a quick throw in. Won nicely by Wilson, and now Sykes will boot it. Bonnie tries to turn and go the other way. Gets her pocket picked there by Stephanie DeLeo. Stephanie DeLeo with a good ball, deflected though. Unlucky as she probably had Silvera through. And now it pops to Tellis into Mary Jo Murphy. Mary Jo Murphy running at 2. Ball pops free, but guess who's there? It's Olivia Pats taking care of this situation. That one goes off of Pats, and it'll go out for a Beacons throw.
And the ball's played here into the corner.
For sure. Jumbo's content to just possess right now and knowing that they have a good lead.
Absolutely. If you're the Jumbos here, you're probably going to try and set more of a low block, so have your defensive line try and stay relatively low on the field and just try and keep possession, slow the game down. Obviously, try and get a fourth if you can on some kind of counterattack, but you don't necessarily have to put all your bodies forward to try and win this.
For sure. Ball in nicely to Palma. Palma goes through DeLeo. Ball in now from Bonnie. Flicked on nicely by Haynes. She's looking for a runner. Cannot quite find one. And it'll be taken on the far side by Casey Lamb. Casey Lamb tries to play Abby Adler. Can't get it. Taken off of her. And now here come the Deacons. It was into the feet of the attacker, but Tookie Wilson took it. And now sends it through looking for Abby Adler. Abby Adler's going to try and run. Can't get it. Anderson will be there. That ball is booted right out of play by the keeper. And the Jumbos are going to make some more subs, it looks like.
Now, we've had some dangerous attackers here so far. Lamb, obviously, being one of them that we haven't necessarily talked about today. But she has looked dangerous when she's gotten the ball. Gotten past defenders, getting into space, the whole 9 yards.
DeLeo on that right wing. Gets around another defender. Drops another one. Lays it off nicely. Sophia Wallach now in the box. Can't quite get around another defender. Ball gets past 2. Tries to turn Tookie Wilson. Does Palma. Cannot do so. Tries to get around Wilson a second time. Unsuccessfully. Wilson gets taken into the back of by Palma. Ball through ball. Looking for DeLeo. It'll run on. And it'll be played back by Bonnie all the way back to the keeper.
And you can see, even when Wilson gets in trouble, even when the ball looks like it's running away from her, she's able to use her body and try and win it back. And usually she does.
Jumbos win a throw. And 3 subs into the game for the Jumbos will be Lily Beanstalk. Maddie Perro will be returning into the game for the Jumbos. And Grace Duke will be entering for the first time today. a complete revamp of the midfield as the Jumbos definitely going to rotate some players ahead of a big matchup this weekend against Bowdoin and Conn College in the next week.
Some more NESCAC matchups. I'm sure everyone is waiting to see some more.
Those matchups will be big in terms of seeding, so the Jumbo's trying to rest up ahead of them.
Now, something you've seen earlier in this game is on these set pieces is you're going to have some quick movement as the ball is going to get recycled back to midfield.
And here is Lily Beanstalk. And now Abby Adler. Oh, nice idea from Maddie Perro, and now Abby Adler's through. Abby Adler on the wing. Puts a ball across over the head of the defender. Silvera's going to try and run to get it, but that was hit a little too much. Abby Adler with a bit of energy, a little too much of it.
But you have that Cruyff pass there that I think took almost everyone by surprise, but especially that Beacon defender who's just not able to track it in time until Abby Adler can get her shot in, or her cross, rather.
Casey Lamb tried a fancy, like, Cruyff pass earlier. Didn't work. Maddie Perros did there, and it almost led to another goal. Tookie Wilson shepherds that one out for a throw.
And something you're seeing here in this Jumbo's midfield is they're going to park their central defensive midfielder right in front of their defenders, really just having a defensive game plan here. And you're going to let those midfielders, they're going to roam.
Ooh, given away there by Beanstalk. And now Palma's going to try and play it through to Haynes. Cutting all the way over from left center back is Kylie Metcalf to get that one out of play, as she saw Haynes was becoming a threat very quickly.
But why? Part of the reason why they couldn't just take it up the middle there and why they had to take the ball to the wing is because you have that central defensive midfielder just being parked right in front of those center backs, adding stability.
Here cutting in is Murphy. Murphy with a curler. Ooh, got past Logue, but well wide of the post. Good idea there from Murphy. Very tough to get enough spin to keep that in while going away from the net.
Logue really stretching out to make sure that ball didn't go in the net. A real jump.
Goal kick, nicely played on, and now Silvera will play it. Maddie Perro to Grace Duke. Grace Duke switches the field, looking for Beanstalk. Given away, though. And now Murphy gets around Beanstalk. Plays it into the middle. Two go down. Haynes with a turn. Ref calls a foul behind the play. That's the second time today he's seemingly let a situation turn into an advantageous one and then brought the play back instead of letting advantage play on.
Yeah, I will say that as a ref, you want to try and play advantage to keep the game moving. So it is only natural for him to let that advantage try and play on.
Anderson standing over this. This is going to be a chance. She's probably going to shoot this one. About 25 yards out, right footer. Probably will look to put it outside of that right post and come back with it. Shot around that right post, up and over the bar, just could not get it down. A lot of power on that. Had Logue beat, but could not keep it on target.
Yeah, I think there we saw just a little bit of confusion from the goalkeeper when she was first setting up the wall. And then with the shot, you see it just going slightly above the bar, just missing. A few inches below, hits the crossbar and goes in. Just unlucky there for the Beacons.
And here are the Beacons, once again looking to attack. Good ball, whipped across. Bounces weirdly, and Maddie Perro is able to win it. And now Wallach lays it off nicely for Beanstalk, who will open up and play Abby Adler on the right wing. Abby Adler in 15-yard space. Abby Adler will run at Murphy. As Wallach to her inside, instead dropped by Murphy, goes around her. Abby Adler's going to look to put a ball in. Murphy trips up Abby Adler, and it'll be a Jumbo's throw.
Still, what a tackle to try and prevent that attack there. If you miss that tackle, you're going in for a cross, if not a shot and a goal. Well done from the Beacons there to defend.
Beanstalk with it. Beanstalk, nice hold-up play. Plays it to Abby Adler. Getting a boot in there is Velez, and now they can look to go. She's going to try and play Palma in, but all the way over is Kylie Metcalf. Kylie Metcalf opens up, plays Grace Duke. Grace Duke being doubled, gets around both of them. Switches it nicely to Jordan Kutchner, who will take time and slow the play down.
I'd like to stress the importance of leadership in these center backs. both with Wilson and Metcalf having more junior members to the right and left of them, respectively. It's definitely important to have that kind of leadership and strength in center defense.
Maddie Perro whips the ball in over everyone onto the foot of Abby Adler, who tried to redirect it. That was very ambitious, trying to volley that. Probably should have tried to bring it down and cut onto her left instead.
I disagree. I think that if she could have landed that volley, that would have been a great goal, and she knows that she missed it there.
Ball runs past Pats. Tookie Wilson's over to take care of it. She'll try and play in Abby Adler, but that a little too much on that, and Anderson will let it run all the way out for a goal kick.
Unlucky there not to have that go to someone. But then again, you just have that leadership in central defense to be able to take those balls.
I mean, I don't think there's a game this year that's represented this Jumbos team and the senior leadership better than tonight. When they needed it, they got it. Here's Beanstalk pressing high. Gives it away, though, and Telez will look to run. Picked off nicely by Grace Duke. Grace Duke goes around another defender. Little too much on that touch. Tookie Wilson with it. Tookie Wilson with the defender to her back. Now plays Grace Duke. Grace Duke tried to just leave it for Abby Adler. Good turn there by Palma. Palma will open up and play Oliver. Oliver switches the field nicely, looking for Haynes, but Jordan Kushner right on her back. Now Wallach's going to get to it. Ball bouncing around in midfield. Metcalf will control and reset. Jordan Kushner.
And again, she's trying to find her runner down the line. Doesn't quite see her yet. So she takes it herself.
Runs past three, does Kushner. Cuts back onto her right foot. Puts a ball in towards the near post. Dangerous ball, popping toward the box. Here's Beanstalk. Beanstalk trying to get around a third. Maddie Perro now. Maddie Perro on it. Out to Abby Adler. Abby Adler's going to cut onto her left foot with a shot. That was a good idea there. Keeper had it all the way, though.
Now, it's going to be tough to cut it onto your left and take it. But that was pretty good. You definitely had some dangerous opportunities there from Maddie Perro to be able to take it, potentially put it back into the net.
That one's high in the air. Poor touch again from the Deacons. That one goes right out of play. And Jumbos are going to switch things up at the back a little bit as Chase Wagner's going to come in, replacing Kylie Metcalf, as Kylie Metcalf will come off the field here at Bello Field for the final time.
Metcalf having a great game herself in central defense here. We've seen a lot of Wilson and how she's been able to clear it, but Metcalf's been her less talked about partner today.
Pats with a nice throw. Now Abby Adler will control it. Given away slightly. Nice 1-2 ball, and now Murphy's on it. Murphy tries to play it through. Wilson gets it. Now the Jumbos will give it to Abby Adler. Abby Adler with the defender on her back, plays Pats. Pats being doubled, wins it out for a throw. Ball comes nicely to Pats. Pats tries to play Sophia Wallach, a little too much on that. That'll run all the way out for a goal kick.
And you can see Wallach saying there that she would rather have that to her feet so she can hold it up or maybe turn that inside.
Yeah, I mean, these players haven't played together as a group really at all this season, so a lot of communication they got to get going on the fly.
Absolutely, especially ahead of this NESCAC tournament that's coming up. It's going to be very exciting.
Nicely played. Jordan Kushner stepped to it. Now Grace Pat. And now it's Tookie Wilson. Tookie Wilson over the hall. Looking for the runner of Wallach. Once again, a little too much on that.
Absolutely. Although there have been 3 goals today, these wing backs and also central defenders for the Beacons haven't necessarily done the worst job. They've actually been pretty good most of the time. They've just been taking advantage. The Jumbos have been able to take advantage of some of these defensive slips that just come from misapplied scheming to how the Jumbos are attacking today.
Jumbos will reset. Wagner getting a touch here. Into Lily Beanstalk. Wilson. Nicely in. Grace Duke with it. Grace Duke turns around the defender. That one goes off of Abby Adler. The ref didn't see that, and so it'll be a Jumbos throw.
Absolutely. One of the things you were able to see there is just the central defensive mid able to keep recycling possession and just offer those easy passes. And it's going to be number 17, Grace Duke.
Nice ball over the top there from Olivia Pats. Booted out. Pats will trum chase and shepherd that one out for yet another Jumbo's throw, which almost hits Grace Bonney in the head as she's waiting to be subbed back in.
His wallet comes short.
Good job by Pats to keep that in. And Wallach gets the foul call behind the play as Anderson barrels into her. That's a little bit of frustration just coming out.
Absolutely. I mean, if you're 3-0 down at this point with a little more than 10 minutes left to go, I wouldn't blame you. But again, we're going to see what this free kick's able to do. Now, you're probably going to have a nice in-swinger coming into the box. So you're probably also potentially looking for the switch.
Yeah, Maddie Silvera is calling for it on the far wing. She wants Pats to put in a straight ball towards the far wing, and that is what Pats going to do. And it almost goes through to Silvera, but it hits the last defender, and it pops out to Maddie Perro. Maddie Perro is going to reset, play a ball down the line, 1-2 ball. Maddie Perro cutting in, laid off nicely, back towards the top of the box. Beanstalk's going to try and cut around. Jumbo's trying to do a little too much there. Ooh, defender slips there. Jumbo's had a through ball, but they slipped. They tried to play it to the Beacons to Haynes, but Jordan Kushner, as usual, cuts it out. Silvera will reset into Wallach.
Wallach having some great hold-up play so far today.
Yeah, Wallach offers a little bit of a different dimension.
Absolutely. Compared to your other Tufts forwards who may be more inclined to, take the ball and run forward within the space, she's great at holding the ball up and letting her teammates come onto her so they can run past into space.
I mean, if that doesn't display what today has been about, that's Tookie Wilson taking the ball with a defender right on her back and turning it into a Jumbo's throw. That's just phenomenal defensive football.
And again, we have some more substitutions for the Beacons, perhaps putting in some of their last subs.
Yeah, I think they want to let some players, especially some of their younger players, get some experience here tonight in a hostile environment like this stadium.
Absolutely. They also get some strong NESCAC competition.
Cut out nicely by Tookie Wilson.
Right. I think it's honestly pretty likely that someone would run against me if I had to run for technical director again.
Oh, great run there by Abby Adler, who gets to the touchline ahead of the defender. Abby Adler with runners in the box. Ball towards the box, over the head of the keeper. Oh, man, she reached back and her fingertips got that. As making a great run all the way from the far side was Maddie Silvera, who was waiting just to head that thing home.
With that catching ability, you better put her in the NFL.
There's a lot of positions just go unopposed if you play like that.
And again, some nice shielding and leadership from Wilson there.
I went unopposed for technical director. It's like nobody.
And again, we see some play out wide here.
And now here it is, Abby Adler again. As you spoke of, out on the wing, just Jumbo's win yet another throw-in deep in Beacon's territory.
Now, this is just personal bias here, but one of the things that I wish we saw from these Jumbos was a long throw specialist. Now, granted, that requires years of recruiting and training to try and get one, but it's certainly something that would add to their attack if they can get it.
I'll tell you what, for those of you who tuned into the men's game against Amherst this weekend, Amherst had one who was doing flip throws thrown at 50 yards.
Now, fun fact about that, Tufts and Amherst played in the national championship, I believe, a couple years back in 2019, and that player was an absolute menace for the Jumbos. Any possible throw-in, they were causing damage and putting the ball into the box. It was terrifying. From a Jumbos fan, at least.
Yeah. I did not know that. And here comes the Beacons. A little bit of space. Tookie Wilson cleanly takes it off of Grace Booney. And now here come the Jumbos. Tookie Wilson's going to run. This is a sight you don't get to see often. Tookie Wilson on the attack.
Oh, you know she's wanted to do this all day.
Oh, yeah. Tookie Wilson's still fighting against Anderson. Oh, and it goes out off of Tookie Wilson for a goal kick. But great hustle there from Tookie Wilson. going all the way up from center back, chasing the defender all the way back into her own 6-yard box.
Wilson fighting hard there and not exactly giving up on that.
And the Beacons play it right out of play as they cannot seem to keep those balls that they try and get up into the midfield from going out down that left sideline.
Yeah, they've been a little unlucky today, just in terms of how they're able to control possession, or rather, how they're able to not. They aren't quite having the same possession style where Tufts is able to play, from their defenders back to their midfielders and just keep that possession and really control the game.
Wagner to Kaylin Logue, and now Tookie Wilson has it.
Defined role as programming director is leading signups.
Ooh, a dangerous tackle coming in there.
Yeah,
Pats is okay, though, and will continue into Abby Adler. Abby Adler tries to control it, cannot quite keep it in.
I kick the ball. Call that JumboCast soccer.
JumboCast soccer, going to be presented to you next semester. Here is Lily Beanstalk now.
Of course, what else did we do during the offseason?
That'll go out of play for a Beacons throw. Oh, referee overruling, saying it's a Jumbo's throw.
The definition of my role.
And the Beacons coach not happy with that call.
But, I mean,
I don't think she's not happy with the call. I don't think she's happy with her players for letting it go out of play without knowing what the call was going to be.
because, a year ago, I wasn't even director trained.
Telling them they're going to get benched if they keep playing like that. That's one way to send a message.
I mean, obviously, as a coach, you're struggling when you give feedback to try and, obviously be relatively nice to your players, but also affirmative. She's definitely taking one side of that.
For sure, for sure. I mean, it's hard to draw positives from a game when you're down 3-0. But speaking of positives, Gugu, what positives can the Jumbos take away from today's performance?
Well, I think they had a great attacking match so far. They've definitely used the space pretty well and had some dangerous attacks, which I really like to see, especially a team that's been doing pretty well. And they, against a team that's been doing very well in their play, obviously this game means a lot to them, and I'm sure they're excited to see them win.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. 4 minutes to go here at Bellow Field. Not many seniors left on the field. I believe the only one left is Tookie Wilson.
I believe...
And no, Sophia Wallach is on the
senior,
field as
correct.
well. The final two seniors in their final few minutes here, playing home at Bellow Field in a comfortable lead.
Yeah,
All smiles on the field right now.
many of them have spent at least 4 years here on this field. And after not having a season last year, I'm sure they're excited to get their potential final game at Bellow Field.
And Cougar has to do our budget, but truly everything else you could think of is just teamwork between the 6 of us.
And again, you're seeing some hold-up play here. Something I think the
Dangerous tackle there, and here comes Haynes.
Haynes a bright spot for the Beacons today. Both Haynes and some of the other players for the Beacons today have done pretty well. Velez, excuse me. Both of those players have been a bright spot in the Beacons, and you're expecting them to probably play more today, or in the future, rather.
Yeah, it's very interesting that their two best players today came off the bench. It's like questions the decisions the coach made in selecting the starting lineup.
Well, I will say that Haynes has 8 goals on the season so far, so it's not like she hasn't been playing. And she does have the second most goals on the team, I believe. So she is getting playing time in other games, but just maybe on this one. Could also be resting for potential conference play.
Great turn there from Maddie Perro. Now Jordan Kushner's going to shield the ball, turn around Haynes, and that'll go out of play. I think that's been the matchup of the night. The Jumbos won it, and they've won the game mainly as a result. Jordan Kushner up on that wing against Haynes. 21 against 21. They've been fighting all night.
Absolutely. It's definitely been I would say a Jumbo's victory for sure. But I don't know if it's necessarily as separated as the scoreline might suggest, at least in the second half.
Corner kick here for the Beacons. That ball is swung in. Bouncing around in the box. The Jumbos don't take care of that. Still bouncing around. Good idea, good ball over the head, and good job there from Pats to get rid of that ball as that was volleyed back in. Here's a shot over the bar. Good hit there from the Beacons.
Yeah, very unlucky there not to put the ball perhaps more on target. Obviously, you have the same thing I was talking about earlier with the Beacons, where you have the defenders not necessarily stepping up to try and clear that ball, and ultimately gets put back into the box.
Final minute here. Big crowd here tonight, braving the cold, out to support this Jumbos team in their last home game. As we mentioned earlier, they will be on the road at Conn College on Saturday and traveling to Bowdoin for an afternoon game a week from today, which will wrap up NESCAC play before the tournament. As for us here at JumboCast, we actually do not have any more games for another 2 weeks, but you can next tune in on Saturday, November the 6th, for football's final home game against Colby.
Absolutely. We would like to thank you for having us on today, listening to our broadcast, and watching a great Jumbos victory today.
It has been a pleasure, as always, to cover Tufts women's soccer on JumboCast, and that is game here at Bello. Final score, Jumbos 3, Beacon 0. A subdued round of applause for the Jumbos. They will take the victory on an emotional night and live to see another day. From all of us here at JumboCast, we'd like to thank you for watching tonight. I'm Riley Daniel. Alongside me has been Cougar Hansen. Have a good night, everybody.
Thank you for listening.